Saturday. Good. All done. Now, on to Sunday. So, after a long weekend of running, what do I want to do when I get back home? First thing, use my foam roller, stretch, but also I've been using this massage gun, more specifically the Theragun. So this weekend we were out at Megan's parents'. It was actually kind of a late celebration of Megan's birthday, just since we haven't seen her family in a little while. But anyway, we had a lot of long running this weekend, so I was using this Theragun just now, and I figured let me tell you about how it's been working for me, and if it's a must-have or something you can have as a luxury item, or if it doesn't even do anything for runners. The four models that Therabody has of their Theragun is the Mini, the Prime, the Elite, and the Pro. This is the Elite. And I'll just talk quickly through some of the differences from the Mini to the Pro, because it took me a while to actually sift through everything and understand what the difference was, and why I would spend more money on one versus the other. The Mini is just portable. It's really just one little unit. There's no LCD screen on there. You can't really see much more than just a few dots, I guess, what the settings are. And the motor is different as well. So there's a smaller motor. It may be louder, I guess, according to them. I haven't heard it myself. But that's one of the things that the difference is. As you step up to the Prime and then the Elite, which I have here, they have the same motor, so they should have about the same, sound output. It's not going to be any quieter to step up to the Elite versus the Prime, but you do get an additional attachment here, which you can pop on and off pretty easily, and it just replicates different things like a thumb or a finger to do different types of massages, or get to different parts of the body. They're the same shape at this point, all the way up, Prime, Elite, and Pro, but we'll talk about one extra thing from the Pro in a second. But I find like I can get everything that I need to with the different grips and different ways that I can hold this with the kind of triangle shape. So it works out very well. They have the same battery life from my understanding from the Prime and the Elite. So the really only difference that you're getting is the little LCD screen here. And you can see it tells you your battery life. You can actually sift through different speeds and things like that on that screen. So it is useful to have. And like I said, there's one extra attachment. So that's basically what you're going to get if you pay the extra $100 for the Elite versus the Prime. So honestly, the Prime does just about everything this can do. Same motor, same battery. It's just missing the screen and one extra attachment. If you go all the way up to the Pro, which is another $200 jump, that's where I think it really just kind of maybe doesn't make sense unless you really have the money to spend. It does swivel, so it allows this arm to change positions and point in different directions, but I've never found a need to like rearrange where this arm was pointing. I think they picked this position for a reason, and I think they did a good job with it, because I'm able to reach every part of my leg by flipping it, turning it, holding different parts of the triangle just fine. So you have that arm that can swivel on the Pro, and then you also have an interchangeable battery, so not just chargeable, but you can actually take it out and replace it with a second battery. These things have like 150 hours of battery life, so I can't imagine you will run into a situation where you need to change the battery in the middle of a massage session. So again, I think it's kind of silly to go from the Elite to the Pro. In my opinion, you do get one additional attachment again, but I don't know. I mean, $200 to be able to change this arm, which I haven't found the need to myself, just seems like a lot of money for another battery, which again, unless you're traveling and don't plan to have electricity and don't want to bring the charger, which this thing comes with a carrying case, so everything is in there anyway, but they have it in the Pro if that's something you're looking for. So I think that this thing has really come in useful for me, mostly in that I'm able to be a little bit more lazy with my foam rolling. I think this is a great partner, a great supplement to the foam rolling routines that I'm doing during my marathon training, during my long runs, you know, all that kind of stuff where I want to work out knots and roll out lactic acid and everything for my legs, make my legs feel good and fresh again, go walk around, loosen up. This is just a way that I can do that, I think, on a midweek run or throughout the day, where it's just much easier to take this, put it on different parts of my legs, let it run through the massage cycle. You know, I can sit on the couch and watch TV, and just, it's much more convenient to do it than to lay out, you know, on my foam roller, flip over, do all that. You know, my dogs want to lay on me, whatever. It just lets you, I think, do this in very little situations. If I'm in between meetings, I can pull this out and just do a little bit on my calves or something if they feel tight or feel like there's some soreness. So it does let you kind of get a lot more massage sessions or anything in between actual foam rolling throughout the week. And I think that's been a, you know, nice tool and a good reason for me to have this. I don't think it would replace foam rolling entirely. I still think you would need a foam roller to really do the things we all kind of know and have learned how to do and really get in deep in certain areas and parts of the legs, like around the IT band and things like that. I would still want a foam roll. This wouldn't necessarily replace that, but again, it would supplement the foam roll work that I do and just help kind of work out little niggles and things throughout the day, and maybe let me be more proficient or more proactive in just getting everything out when it feels a little bit sore. Do I think you need this, or do I think that it does anything that the foam roller doesn't do? Not really. I think the average runner, even up to a pretty high level runner, doesn't need this. One of the reasons that we got this is because Megan was having some back pain and she's had issues with her back, so this thing really helps actually with that. So I think if you have any multi-use where this is good because you're a runner, or you have other uses, people who have, you know, back pain or other things like that, or maybe you lift a lot and you want to do, you know, different parts of your chest or your arms, I think this is a good tool to have in the home for multiple uses. But I don't think this is something that's worth buying if you're just a runner and you only have runners in your household. It can be pretty expensive. I think this brand is really well built. I will say that. I think that the depth of the massage, the power that it has, the frequency of the massaging, and, you know, how much it oscillates, is really good. I mean, I felt a couple of other ones, you know, before, and I think this is one of the best ones that I've ever felt as far as just the quality, the massage itself, how well it works, how quiet it is, which it's not too loud. I mean, I don't know, you can probably hear me over it. It's obviously not completely silent, but it's not bad compared to a lot of the other ones that I've seen on the market before. So for $200, the Mini is a nice little option, but honestly, my choice would be to go with the Prime. Again, you wouldn't get necessarily LCD screen, but you can still change the settings and all that, and you get a full-size gun for $300, which again is a lot, and that's why I don't think you need it if you're just a runner. But if you do have multiple uses for it, back pain, chest, arms, other things, if you're a lifter and a runner, it could be very well worth it. As I mentioned before, the gun itself comes with this nice carrying case, and it just sits in there all by itself very nicely with a little separate area for the charger, the additional heads, or, you know, like attachments for the top, instructions, all that stuff. It zips up. So that's why I was saying, you know, the idea that you would need two different batteries is a little silly. This thing is pretty compact. You know, you could pack it up, bring it with you wherever you go if you need to, or keep it in your car or whatever. I mean, I think that, again, the Elite or the Prime is just fine, but I would probably say go with the Prime if you're just going to use it as a runner, or you have some kind of, you know, feeling that this will help you maybe just add some more foam rolling or massaging and everything into your routine. If you're not that, you know, you're not that good at following a foam rolling plan yourself, this could probably step up your game just a little bit. But so again, with that said, I think if you're someone who has a big budget for, you know, different shoes and different toys around running, that's something that I would recommend picking up. I do recommend the Therabody brand. You know, this is just me who happened to pick that out after some research myself, but I do think that I made the right choice, and I think that it is really well built, does the job really well, really massages my legs thoroughly, and just is a very comfortable experience, and, you know, gets the job done at the same time. Would I buy it again? Like I said, if I didn't have any other uses, like for Megan's back or anything, probably not. It's pretty expensive. I'd probably buy another pair of racing shoes or something like that and just stick with the foam roller. But again, if you have a big budget, or you have some other people who may use it in your house, or you yourself have other issues like back pain, then go for it. I think it's a good brand to pick up if if you're interested and on the market.